Ah, my head. Has I singed me ear? Have I singed me ear? We finally got a bit of sunshine, look at that. Beautiful, beautiful day for it. So today we're going to be taking out these old UPVC windows. As you can see here, trickle vents. They're proper big trickle vents then. So when we take this frame out, you're going to be left with a void on that plaster line. A lot of people would trim over that. Well, not us, we're not going to do that. We're going to put a bit of plasterboard up there and skim it. The customer's happy with that, she's happy to do any titivating afterwards. So let's get cracking. I'm going to show you how to take this window out and what to do to finish it off to a very high standard. Just get window quick measure. Make sure we've not got to bottom. Do this. Let's do it that way. Let's do it that way. Let's do it that way, Greg. 1200 dead. 1190. That's what I'm talking about. Perfect.
Warning. This job involves serious risks. If you're in the trade or looking to learn something new, please always prioritise safety and wear the right gear. Get the good old grip around it. This is where you don't let go, yeah? Do not let go at this point. Being tight hold.
Here we go. That's the fella right there. Pull her in. Rest that on here. Sweet. So we've got both sashes off. We're left with the outer frame now. This is as a window fitter. This is where you have to. First thing you do when you open a sash is you check for fixing bolts. I've worked in this area loads of times. Good old Buckshaw village. All done on new build brackets behind the plaster. Not only that, it's even a cavity closure that flies through as well and overlaps the frame on the outside. So double whammy. Double whammy. Awkward windows to take out without damaging anything. Bear in mind I am patching up the heads on the inside with a bit of plaster, so if I lose anything I'm not too fussed. Like I say, I've cleared it with customer. She's happy to do any decorating, but if we can help it, we're going to do it without taking any of that away. Try and do a really good job. Let's get cracking. Take them off. Crack your welds. Nice thin scraper. Get right into the weld there. Usually takes a couple of goes. Get the front edge in, snap that, snap the back edge in. Sometimes the frame might be filled with water as well, so be careful when you're splitting weld. You might get water seeping in onto the windowsill. If you want to avoid that, always crack the outside weld first. Let any water trickle out. As you can see, I'm cracking the weld not only because it's easy, it's very easy to do because there's no reinforcing in corners, just plastic, so it gives you a good start. Same again in middle, do it middle as well. Need to get rid of them plates off first. Sills are just in back garden, at the other end of the back garden in that pack. Big pack of them. Can't miss them. Can't miss them, lad. There we go. Snap that there. Give it a little nudge. Now, just need to do that top weld there. Take them plates off first. Crack the weld, snap it off. Make life easier for yourself. Love that sound. So with this example, we've got a mullion down the centre. That's why I was able to crack the welds there. So I know that there's no reinforcing in the centre there where I've split it. Obviously that's not the case with every window. You might not have a mullion there. It might be going straight across the bottom. If that's the case, you might have to get a grinder out, get a metal blade and chop some bits out of it with grinder. just to give you that bit of leverage to pull the bottom up. 9 times out of 10 I find they don't put new build brackets on the bottom, but having said that, I have had the odd job where sun's blinding. I have had the odd job where they have put a new build bracket under the window ledge, but I mean, you would be really unlucky if that were the case. Alright, so we've cut it on dilly dangle, on an angle. I've pulled one section out, so just get crowbar and just have a feel around till it pops like that. I always screw them from underneath with these sills and then put them all in one. Each to their own, like, but you know what I mean, you just can't see any screws to take them out. Right, health and safety, watch out. What I'm going to do now, crack the weld at the top, crack the weld at the bottom. We've got rid of the bottom of the frame, the sill's still in, but we've got rid of the bottom of the frame. So we've got the sides and we've got the top left. What we're going to do with that? Well, I've worked on these before and you can see there's a lot of play in it already. If I just give it a little tap, just to bring it away from plaster a little bit, we don't catch that plaster. And then I need to try and get in with crowbar or the hook of the hammer under there and just tease it out. Don't be yanking at it, just tease it out until you can see behind the frame. Right, so I've just gone like that on a slight angle with crowbar and I'm pulling it that way. I'm pulling it away from the house. You don't need to worry about the brick because there's loads of brick there, we're nowhere near the corner. I'm just resting bar on that sill. No, I'm not even putting any weight on it, I'm just teasing it out like that and I can see. Can you see? We've got a bracket. If you do the same, just work your way up, you'll be able to see where brackets are. You can even grind them off, or we can try and ping them off with a screwdriver from the side. Every job's different, so sometimes you can't get in behind, in between with a grinder to cut them. So you could use a multi-tool, but it burns your blades out quite easy as well. So I'm going to have a quick fiddle with it and see which way is best, so we don't damage out. Struggle to get in here. Might just do it. Just try your blade in first. See if it touches. Let's have a go. See if we can see some sparks. You ready? Has it done it? Has it done it? We're nearly there, we're nearly through. It's just finishing short. I might give it a clout. So I've opened it up a bit there. It sort of loosened itself off, so maybe my head. Has I singed me ear? Have I singed me ear? After a bit of a fiddle, I've sorted my ear out. Well, there is a middle bracket. There is a middle bracket, wow. I see, these are the little blighters they are. Little blighters, you think you're getting somewhere. You can get the crowbar in, start pulling it away like that. I can see it. Look, did you see that then? Popovich. Let's do that top one. Come on, baby. Come on, don't touch the plaster, Greg. Now I've got it to a point where I think it's going to ping it off, so I'm going to keep my hand on it. Nearly there. Right enough. Picked as well. There we go. See that? You can see that there. We've got a good angle there, you see. That's the full bracket, I've not even cut that. That's the bit that was behind the wall. There would have been a screw in that. But my guess is it's the soft Thermalite block behind there, which they've probably just screwed in with no plug. Which is fine and dandy for me, because it makes life easier. You can just ping them off, and you don't have to worry as much about the brackets pulling anything off. Mind the gap. Ooh. Like I was saying before, I'm pretty confident when I pull this, that bracket's not going to pull anything there, just because I know the screws are only small and it's into Thermalite block. Experience tells me this. But at the end of the day, if you've got a grinder, you might as well use it. Who said I don't do health and safety, eh? Look at that. It's not going anywhere. I need to get up that ladder and have a good goosey gander at that head, because it's hard to say, it's hard to see from inside, because you're leaning over. You obviously don't want to fall out of the hole. Otherwise, it's game over. Notice I've put my ladder just a bit shy at edge, because you can always, with these, you can always mush the end of the stone. So always put them on the face if you need to get close, or put it on the brick. Don't put it on the stone, but I need to get higher up, so that's the reason why it's on face, but it won't damage anything there. It's only when you go on that top edge. Very soft. It's very soft. So let's have a look here. You've got your lintel, happy days. Always need one of them. You've got the soffit that sits on the lintel, so the soffit's not touching the window frame, so I don't need to worry about that. It's just got a really good juicy line of silicone there, which is set back. So I'm going to take this vent off, try and unscrew that or smash it off one way or another, and then I can get to that silicone, cut that off, and it should come down then. Come on. Is it coming? What's it got? Is it part of the thing? Oh, that actually is part. That actually wraps up along the top, so we do need to cut the silicone anyway. I'm just going to have to struggle and get in it. Whoosh. Whoosh. Don't throw yourself off, ladder, Greg. Come on. Play the game. Play the game, kiddo. Put that round here. It's nice and quiet round here though, so if I do fall, at least someone will hear me. Ooh, easy. It's coming. Silicone must have been cheaper back in there. There's no way you'd put that much on these days. You'd have to take a loan out. So as you can see, we've made an incision with a multi-tool just to give it a bit of leverage. I've cut it on a slight angle so I can pull it down a bit. I don't know if you can see that. That sun's really coming out now. It's can't complain, I'm not complaining, but like I say, get a bit of leverage on there, but it's not budging here, and that's because I've just realised they've flown the plasterboard into the vent. They've actually flown it into the vent past. So now we have to cut along with multi-tool and free that up as well. Somehow, I don't know, I think it's tubed in, I think it's like that. It's like that, tubed in, overlapping it like a bird's mouth. So we need to get rid, let's have it. As you can see, they put a cavity closure inbuilt into the vent. Doesn't look the prettiest, does it? Doesn't look the prettiest, but it will do when new frame goes in. So we've done it. You can see behind me, we're nearly there with it. I can't hear myself. Right, we're here, can you see? We've got to the last bit. There you go, pull it off. Make sure there's no one below. Health and safety and all that. And then, there you go, you're left with that. That's your frame, that's your top of your frame, your vent, your cavity closure, all built in one. Like I say, with these houses, they always just seem to put one bracket on, one bracket in the middle. Depends how big the window is, obviously. There might be more than one bracket, but I know, like I say, I've worked on these before, so I know whereabouts these brackets are, which obviously helps. So get the rest of that head out, and then I'm going to cut back this lip here, keeping the cavity closure in, but just cutting that lip off, get rid of silicone, and jobs are good then. The only damage we've got is where the old vent was. You know what I mean? A few blisters here, but it's to be expected. You know what I mean? If that's all you get from a window that's got brackets in the behind the plaster, then you're not doing a lot wrong in my eyes. You're not doing a lot wrong. So I'll show you. We'll just get a time lapse on now and get it all cleaned up and that, because I need to fit this window. But if you like what you see and you want to learn more, stick around, subscribe to that blooming YouTube channel of mine, and you'll learn more. We're going to record fitting this window now, how to get it all fine and dandy inside, looking the part. So like I say, like and subscribe.